blind Poodle who was chained up and left to die in the heat looks like a new dog these days. It's depressing reality, but far too many pets can't rely on their humans to provide even basic necessities. For any number of reasons, some owners just don't have the capacity to provide to their pets the way those animals truly deserve. Sam the Poodle experienced this firsthand, chained to a fence behind an apartment complex and abandoned in the Florida heat. He quickly suffered from exhaustion and hunger. Even if he was able to break free of his chains, he likely wouldn't be able to survive for long. He was blind. Time was definitely running out of this poor dog, and it seemed like he needed a miracle to make it out alive. Caring for pets is a huge responsibility, and the unfortunate reality is that not everyone is equipped to do it. Sadly, it is the animal that almost always suffers for their owner's negligence. Sam the Poodle was one such an example. Tied to a fence behind an apartment building, he was left to die in the stifling Florida heat. It was only due to a good Samaritan and his dog who happened to spot him hidden in the bushes that Sam had any hope of second chance. The man was almost certain that the dog was dead, but when he looked closer, he quickly realized that Sam was still fighting and he needed help fast. The man untied Sam for his leash and quickly took him to the nearest veterinarian, who redirected them to the team at Florida Yorkie Rescue. When they first saw Sam, they feared the worst. He was almost gone. Sam was horribly malnourished and dehydrated, but that wasn't all. He was completely blind, and his fur was matted, torn, and infected. He had abscesses on his anal glands and tumors covering his body. Obviously, he was in rough shape. All of this would have been bad enough on its own, but the damage on the poor Poodle didn't stop there. Sam was covered in about 250 ticks, each of which had to be individually removed and treated. For a human, getting a bite from one tick is bad enough. The threat of Lyme disease is all too prevalent these days for a small dog who was already in such sick state. Even one tick bite could have proved to be fatal. It was clear that Sam was going to need all the love, care and hope he could get if he was ever going to recover. The veterinary team rolled up their sleeves and started to bring him back from the brink, even though they were doubtful. Thankfully, Sam was a fighter. 1 week later, defying the odds and the guesses of seasoned vets, he was already making a comeback. His coat and his skin were healing nicely, and he could hold up his head without help. While this initial week of recovery was promising to say the very least, it wasn't the end of the road by a long shot. Sam still had to undergo a lot of additional medical treatments to make it out unscathed onto the other side. He was anemic and he still needed his tumors to be removed. He also needed to be confirmed as a candidate for cataract surgery. Every day in his journey was a healing process full of change. But the biggest change of all came after it was revealed what he looked like months later. To see Sam the Poodle's amazing transformation, watch the video below. Just make sure you have tissues handy.